What's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and I have week number 2 of season number 4 of the WPL. We, the Anistar City Aggrons, are the reigning champions and are looking to defend our title. But we have a really tough matchup this week against Compound Zebra 10. His links will be in the description, so definitely go check him out. He also uploads the WPL, and he does some other content like Ghost Recon, so I definitely recommend him. But looking at the matchup right here, we do have dual AV users with a regenerator core with AV Tangrowth and AV Tornadus. Tornadus helps me deal with things like the Gardevoir if it's not Psyshock and it's Psychic. But if you look at our team compared to him, if he's like Double Dent Landorus with Supersonic Sky Strike, we get completely 6-0'd by that because he just Earthquakes, Supersonic Sky Strikes, and then he can like Stone Edge this if he has that. Well, I guess if he has Earthquake, he won't have Stone Edge, but he can just fly on that, and then he gets to fly on another mon when I switched out. But a really uphill battle this week that we can still definitely win. It's just going to depend on some of his sets and prep, but I feel like we got the best team we can. We do have switch-ins to mostly everything except for the Landorus right there. So let's go right into the matchup. He leads off with the Rotom as I lead off with Tornadus. I just knock him off right away. I figured this is a really big problem to my team. And even if he T-bolts me, I can just U-turn right out of there and get the regenerator recovery right away. So our Tornadus is still healthy. Here, I didn't really have the best switch into a T-bolt because if I went Tangrowth, he would have just flamethrowered or overheated that right away. I could have gone Kyurem and tried to like Terravolt Earth Power, but I don't know how much he would have expected that. And so I just decided to go out onto my specially defensive Tentacruel right here and then make a double out into Raikou so that I don't have to take a Volt Switch from this thing. We do take very little from that. Here, what I do is I go right for the HPS, I believe, because if he was Scarf, he would click Earthquake, and that's just something I have to deal with. I can't risk switching out into Tornadus on a Stone Edge, since that is my main response to the Gardevoir and the Suicune. So here I go right for the HPS, bringing the Landorus all the way down, so that's a big threat gone. Missing a Stone Edge on Tangrowth is not really going to matter, as what I do here is go for the Giga Drain. I can't really overpredict, and for some reason I expected to live this, and then I could have gotten the regenerator recovery, but he's not Specs because he already switched up moves, so I just underestimated the power of Rotom Heat. But what he does go here is go for the Overheat, knock me out despite through my Assault Vest, so really surprising on that one. But here what I can do is try to set up on him. I go right for the Substitute. He's not going to be able to break it, but unfortunately, he does have the Scarf Landorus right there, so I will just have to settle for knocking him out instead of going for Calm Mind or anything like that. I go for the HPI to get my kill, so that's pretty much the biggest threat to our team gone, which is really great. But here's this thing, and Tangrowth was my initial response to this. Thunderbolt does a huge amount, but he will be able to knock me out with a +2 Shadow Sneak. I do have an okay response to this in Aggron. He can go for like the Sacred Sword if he wants to do that. That actually takes nothing from Earthquake, and Sacred Sword is going to be doing a ton because of a critical hit. Here, Shadow Sneak is not going to knock me out, and I do get my kill, but our Aggron is really weakened, and that was one of the biggest Dragonite threats. Here he goes out into the Suicune, which goes for, I don't remember what HP that was. I didn't ask, but here I can go for Fusion Bolt, which was not even going to 2-hit KO him, which is kind of ridiculous. He goes for the Ice Beam, and fortunately does not freeze me. And here I just go for the Fusion Bolt again. Just trying to weaken him into range of either the U-turn for my Tornadus to pivot out. Here I go out into my Tornadus because I haven't seen the Ice Beam yet. Well, I have, but I don't expect him to go for it right there. As here he's just going to go for the Thunderbolt. I really don't have switch-ins to this anymore. I'm just trying to beat him down. Unfortunately, no flinches on there on the Rotom, and it's not looking very great, but if we can get the correct plays, we can still win this match. Here he goes out into, I believe, the Gardevoir, because that... No, he goes out into the Suicune first, which is surprising because that does not to 1v1 me. Here I go for Scald. He does not have Rest on this thing I confirmed with after the battle, so I can just chip him down with the knockoff right here. Despite his Calm Minds, he's not going to be doing anything to a specially defensive Tentacruel, and the next knockoff will be able to knock him out. He honestly should have just gone for Scald there, but knockoff is going to be able to knock him out. And pretty much we have nothing, not a lot for this Gardevoir right now. We would have to be Scarfed with Iron Head on Kyurem, and then flinch the Dragonite a few times to even have a chance of winning. Here he goes for Thunderbolt over Psychic. Psychic is still super effective, but it's Stab, so that would have knocked me out. And here all I can do is just go for Ice Beam. It's the only move I have to hit this besides Fusion Bolt that also hits the Dragonite. And Hyper Voice is going to be able to knock him out. So Unfortunate loss this week, but we can definitely try to bounce back next week. Got really excited in the chat over this win, which I always like that, but next week we do face the Fire King 9, so I'm hoping we can bounce back there, so that way we can maintain in the top 4 of the power rankings. In case you guys don't know, there are 10 coaches and only the top 4 make playoffs, so we have to keep up the momentum next week. Despite this loss, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys then. Bye.